All right, folks. So, case study for you today of a weightlifter. I would say self-taught weightlifter, taught themselves various elements. I think actually taught themselves the snatch far better than the clean and jerk, as you're going to see here. I would describe them as beginner level, like sort of trying to work to improve across various elements. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down. I'm going to show you when they came to me, what their clean looks like. So you can see a few sort of technical errors going on. Like in some ways it looks good. The bar is staying quite close. Little squat jerk going on there. So there's some decent elements. What you can notice though is that as he sets up, if we're looking at this really intently, he's definitely like his shoulders are a bit too far behind the bar, aren't they? You know, his knees are sort of sticking out. That bar's going to travel around the knees, so it's not the best start position for him. And you can see it makes him jump forwards. His balance is forwards a little bit. So if we look where his feet are now, stand up, we have that jump forwards. So everything's just that little bit off, that little bit forwards. And the squat jerk, if we're honest, whilst somewhat cool, is a little bit unnecessary. We actually ended up moving him to a split jerk over time, which ended up being a lot better for him. We're now going to have a quick look. Let's see if it's another clean there. Got a bunch of different videos to sort of give you a sense of where he was at. Similar issue, too far behind the bar. Same again. His snatch, when he came to me, was better. It was slightly more consistent. It could still be further over the bar, but his back position's all right. With his snatch, the main thing is that he's cutting his extension ever so slightly short, and we just need to get him drilling that movement into extension before we start pulling under. So some of the drills that we got him doing over the time, some of the drills that I had him doing, would be things like this, like a pull plus snatch or a pull plus clean, sometimes like a clean high pull there, plus clean, just to emphasize like getting that full extension through the hips, the knees, the ankles, before he pulls underneath the bar. So that's one of the things we really worked on. And again, we're still squat jerking here, but we will eventually move away from that. Alongside all this, there's obviously strength work and other stuff going on. I want to give you a quick example of, we eventually moved his snatch up. Here we go. I think we've got a video of him snatching 75. I think he eventually moves up to 80, 82 in the time we're together. So considering he's starting around 40, 45 is a big improvement. And I think a lot of that, it comes from regular practice. It comes from being attentive to the lifts. A lot of that comes from actually giving the bar some speed, some power by actually extending. You can see here, it actually gets far better into extension, gives the bar some actual energy, makes the lift a lot easier. So that's one of the things we worked on there. And then we actually had a little, he ended up coming around to my little background gym space when our local gym was shut down for building works. So we did a little garden gym sesh. This is one of the funny things. So with local athletes, if a lot of the people that I coach are remote, they're around the world. I've coached people from Australia, America, Singapore, Holland, Japan, Canada. But I've coached people from around the world. I've coached people from ages. So it's fun when someone local to me comes around and you get to have that one-to-one kind of relationship at times. You get to sort of meet face to face and chat a little bit more, which is quite cool. So anyway, we're in the garden. This is just a demonstration of, these are like snatch high pulls at 90 kilos and just really, really good, really snappy over the bar, back flat, great position. You can see the difference in his confidence, in his strength, in his movement. Each of these, that's a set of 4. Moving really, really well. Good high pulls. I think at the end of that training block, just looking at the height of those pulls, he looks set to snatch way more than he is now, so that's phenomenal. And then the last strength exercise we have alongside all this is we're just doing front squats, back squats, simple stuff like that, working on keeping his chest up, his torso up. So this is a good case study example of someone that I've taken from more of a self-taught beginner and then coached them through to that kind of early intermediate stage where their technique is now more refined, their start position's better, their weight distribution's better, they're getting a more full extension, and their technique is more consistent. So if he wants to go away and train by himself for months, he's capable and confident to do so. He can push all those lifts knowing that he doesn't have a bunch of technical issues that are going to hold him back. So I think that's one of the main things. If you are a self-taught lifter that's got potential, that's looking to take yourself further, especially if you're quite strong, quite athletic, but you're just not quite getting the technical elements, or it's not feeling quite right. That's a really good time to sort of invest in a coach for a few months. What we do is we work together exactly like I did here. identify some errors, pinpoint some things that need some work, set some drills in motion to do that. Make sure we develop your strength alongside. And as you can see, Snatch has gone up 20, 25 kilos. He hit some, I don't have them on video because he did them a gym session on his own, but he hit some huge clean PBs as well. So yeah, phenomenal work. Sometimes identifying your limiting factors and addressing those technical things, especially at the beginner, early, intermediate stage, can make a massive difference in your lifts. So yeah, that's just a case study example of what working with me might, some of the things it could entail, or what the process might entail at that kind of level. All right, so I hope that clears a few things up. Feel free to look at any of the other videos on this page, and I'll catch you later. All right, see you in a bit.